This presentation is brought to you by Brilliant at BrailleNote.org, where we are bridging the digital divide for the blind. The following is the first part of a three-part series on an introduction on how to use the HumanWare BrailleNote Apex for the blind and low-vision individuals, presented to you by Brilliant. Please visit our website at BrailleNote.org.
This is Taylor from Brilliant here, and we're going to cover the BrailleNote Apex. My last few tutorials covered my iPhone and a couple other devices, like how to do stuff on a Windows PC, and today we're going to look at the BrailleNote Apex from HumanWare. The first thing I have to say is the carrying case, when it flips down, you can close it and you can open it. With it closed, it just kind of looks like a square. Some sighted people will call it a bag if they don't know what it is. But with the open keyboard, you have your Perkins standard six-star keyboard with backspace on the left and enter on the right. No, this is not like a Perkins. This is exactly the opposite. Backspace is on the left and enter is on the right. At the bottom, you have 4 buttons. They are, the next button is the far right button, as you heard me press right then. The advanced button, let me explain what the next button does. The next button, if you're in a menu or a dialog box, it will move you to the next page. Like if you're, if you're in an NVDA, you know how when you, sometimes when you're installing something or going through some sort of procedure or step, there's a little next button or a back button. You click on next to go to the next stage, or the back to go to the previous stage. This is what the next button does. And to the left of the next, you have advanced. It basically scrolls through. It acts as either your arrow keys or your tab key. It scrolls through your menu items. You could also use your space bar. And then after your next button on the left side, there's a little separator, which is this vertical line, and then you have back, which acts as shift tab or up arrow, which scrolls you upwards through the menu or your dialog box. And you have previous, which acts like your back button, which moves you to the last dialog box you opened. And now, there are some straps. If you have the carrying case open, you see there are some little straps. You just open them, and you have access to some other hardware. On the top side of the left strap, you'll feel a hole. If you stick a pointed object like a pen or a paperclip will do, or sometimes even a key, like you can use your house key, or I can use my locker key. So basically what this does is, if your BrailleNote is having problems, you push inside this hole with an object. You can't use your finger, it's not strong enough, you have to go in deep. And there are little pins. It will cause your BrailleNote to reboot to solve any issues. Like on your computer, you can reboot your computer if your computer is causing errors. And you can do the same with this. Also, if you have a Braille Sense, you'll know that on the very top there's a little indentation where the reset button is there. But this is a BrailleNote Apex, so it's a little different. And so you can feel the little hole, and you can reboot your BrailleNote if necessary. Older BrailleNote Apexes need this to be done to them more often, and newer ones don't require much rebooting. On the back, you have 3 USB ports. I'm not sure what type of USB they are. I'm pretty sure it's either USB. I'm pretty sure they're USB 2, but I don't know for sure. I don't know the exact type USB. But either way, it'll work with flash drives. You can even connect it to an embosser or printer. It supports most embossers, But if you really want to print something, like turn it into print, that's where things start to get technical. I'm not going to cover that because I don't know the technical specifications, and to the lower, below the left strap, going down from the reset button is your power toggle switch. That turns it on, of course. And then you have a small, and then if you move down even farther, there's a little hole in the case. Move inside that hole, you feel this little dot. That is your record button. Now this is a little quirk. I didn't know that this was there before, because when you feel this little hole, you think that that's the end, but it's not. If you move inside the hole, you'll feel the button, and that is your record button if you want to make a recording. And you can also customize it in the media menu. Over to the right strap, you have a charger connector, which is connected at the moment, and a USB. Not a standard USB though. It's a VGA port, and then that's it. Now, if we close the case a little, there is this zipper. In this little zipper, you'll see that the compartment in here is little, but it can actually fit a lot of things. I have my school money in here. They call it $10 in my school. Some schools might call them bear bucks. It depends on each school. I also have a flash drive and a encrypted SD card. I'll zip back up and open the case back up again. Now that is the end of part 1 of this introductory tutorial, and that is what I have to cover for part 1. Join me in part 2. We will flip the switch on. Well, actually, you know what I'll do is, for people who are curious, the default is the Eloquence synthesizer for, like, if you're using JAWS or something. I'm going to flip the power switch so you can hear what it sounds like. And this is the default setting. I'm going to open the left strap and flip the switch.
Main menu.
That's what it'll sound like. I'm going to flip it back to the off position, and you can know that it's off by there are all 6 dots on the Braille display, which is at the bottom right after your cursor rocker keys or your spacebar. Let's proceed to part 2.
This has been a presentation by Brilliant at BrailleNote.org, where we are bridging the digital divide for the blind. If you like this video, please click the like button, and for more interesting videos, please subscribe to our channel.